Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, November 12th, 2020. And we begin with Florida preparing for a double weather whammy as Eta gets a second wind. The 28th named storm of this record-breaking hurricane season made a mess of the Miami area earlier this week. Apparently decided that wasn't enough, spent some time regaining energy over the Gulf, and today is taking aim at Tampa Bay. The National Hurricane Center has warned residents along a 120-mile stretch of coastline to prepare for a ferocious storm surge, heavy rain, and possible flooding. New research out yesterday in the journal Nature predicts stronger storms could be the wave of the future. The study's author found that hurricane wind speed in the 1960s took an average of 17 hours to die down by two-thirds, compared to 33 hours today. The culprit? Warmer ocean temperatures, likely caused by climate change. Georgia election workers will be working overtime. The state's top election official has authorized a hand recount of the state's nearly 5 million presidential ballots. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says he's found no evidence of fraud, but is taking this action to tamp down any doubts about the outcome. The recount is expected to be completed by November 20th, when the state's election will be certified and its 16 electoral votes officially awarded. President-elect Biden currently leads in the Peach State by more than 14,000 votes, and the outcome of the recount, either way, won't affect the 279 electoral votes that have already given him the win. There's another reason Georgia's on everybody's mind this morning, and that's because one of the most ridiculous things ever seen in sports was caught on video during a practice round for the Masters. Following tradition, Spanish golfer Jon Rahm skipped a golf ball across the pond at the 16th hole. Normally, if you're really lucky or really good, the ball makes it over to the green. But on this day, which happened to be Rahm's 26th birthday, after hitting the other side, the ball continued to roll and roll and roll all the way into the cup for a hole-in-one. No spectators are on site this year due to COVID, but the shot made it to Twitter, where it's been watched nearly 4 million times. And Rahm is clearly on a hot streak. This was the second day in a row that he's made a hole-in-one. The Masters is scheduled to start today if a predicted driving rainstorm doesn't get in the way. In other sports news, it's official. NBA players will be back on the court December 22nd, a mere 7 weeks after the 2020 playoffs came to a close. Teams will compete in a 72-game season, 10 games shorter than normal, and this time there will be no protective bubble. Training camp opens on December 1st, and the ever-popular player draft will be held on November 18th. For some players, this marks a remarkably short offseason, but a handful of teams who didn't make the playoffs haven't seen any action since March. Over in hockey, the NHL is still working on a plan to get its players back on the ice. The latest word from the league is a targeted January 1st start, with teams broken up into geographically friendly divisions to reduce travel. Talk about crazy luck. One Norwegian farmer's need to build drainage ditches has led to a remarkable discovery. Using ground-penetrating radar, archaeologists hired to survey a farm in southeastern Norway uncovered remnants from the Vikings. Details published this week in the journal Antiquity show remains of a ship burial, a feasting area, as well as a building that may have been used for religious worship. During the Viking Age, ship burials were given to people with wealth and status and were thought to give safe passage to the great beyond. As for the farmer, he's been told to hold off on those ditches and won't be allowed to plant crops for a while, but he'll reportedly be compensated for his losses. That's it for KidNuz. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Now, our KidNuz quiz. What state will undergo a hand recount of its presidential ballots? Georgia, where about 14,000 votes separate the two candidates. When will the NBA's 2020-2021 season kick off? On December 22nd, with teams playing outside of a protective bubble. Barring predicted rain, what professional golf tournament begins today? The Masters in Augusta, Georgia. What's likely causing modern-day hurricanes to be stronger than those in the past? Warmer ocean temperatures. In one for the road, while all eyes were on the presidential election in the United States, some voter hanky-panky was going on down under. Officials in New Zealand found 1,500 fraudulent votes that had been cast in this year's Bird of the Year contest. The annual event is meant to raise awareness for the country's native birds, but is known to get a bit spicy. This year, some backers of the little spotted kiwi resorted to fake email addresses to push their bird to the top of the leaderboard. The plot was uncovered, the votes thrown out, and as organizers said in a statement, the kiwi will have to play by the rules like all of the other birds to win the competition. Before we go, it's time to turn it over to Kim for today's Kid News shout-outs.
Thanks, Tori. First to our teachers, Ginger LaForestry and her students at Central Park East in East Harlem, New York. Mrs. Cummins and her class at Veterans Park in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Mrs. Leonard and her students at Union City Middle School in Union City, Pennsylvania, and Mrs. Woods and her kids at Cleveland Elementary in Cleveland, Wisconsin. And we send birthday wishes to Adam in Arlington, Virginia, Brody in Alexandria, South Dakota, Alex in Park Ridge, Illinois, Ben in Brandon, Manitoba, Canada, Stella in Newark, Delaware, Roman in Lithia, Florida, Bennett in Mooresville, Tennessee, and Romy in Studio City, California. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we hope you tune in for more Kid News tomorrow morning.